Well, now to one story that has been making rounds on the internet and Africa for the last week. We go through Africa's controversial pageant and where its most discriminated candidate is at the moment, and what Africa can learn from this pageant in South Africa. South Africa has long been recognized as a pivotal nation within the African continent. As a key member of influential global bodies such as the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, the AU, the African Union, the G20, and the United Nations, South Africa's voice carries significant weight in shaping global discourse. The country's rich history of overcoming apartheid and its contributions to peace and security on the continent have earned it a reputation as a leader in Africa's development. However, it is deeply disheartening to see such a respectable African nation, which has consistently championed the cause of unity and cooperation amongst African nations, now being marred by repeated incidents of xenophobia directed at fellow Africans. Well, over the past 2 decades, South Africa has witnessed numerous xenophobic attacks, often targeting immigrants from other African nations. These incidents have tarnished the country's image, revealing a disturbing undercurrent of resentment towards foreigners, particularly Black Africans. The violence in 2008, which left dozens dead and thousands displaced, was a glaring show of the dangers of xenophobia. Similarly, the 2015 attacks, where foreign-owned shops were looted and immigrants were subjected to violence, underscored the persistent hostility towards non-South Africans by South Africans. This incident have not only brought shame to South Africa, but have also strained relations with other African nations. The most recent case of xenophobic behavior in South Africa has emerged in the context of the Miss South Africa pageant. Chidimma Adesina, a 23-year-old law student, found herself at the center of a national controversy due to her Nigerian heritage. Despite being born in Soweto in South Africa to a Nigerian father and a South African mother of Mozambican descent, Adesina faced vicious attacks on social media, with many questioning her right to participate in the competition. The situation escalated when the Home Affairs Ministry accused her mother of fraud and identity theft, leading to a government investigation into her citizenship status. In the face of mounting pressures and concerns for her safety, Adesina made the difficult decision to withdraw from the pageant. Now, the backlash against Adesina highlights the deep-seated xenophobia that still lingers in South Africa. This incident is particularly troubling as it shows how easily xenophobic sentiments can be sparked, even in seemingly benign contexts like a beauty pageant. The involvement of government officials in the controversy further exacerbated this situation, giving legitimacy to the xenophobic attacks and fueling public outrage. The repeated xenophobic incident in South Africa posed a serious threat to the unity and solidarity of the African continent. Such actions are bound to breed resentment. And hatred, leading to a cycle of retaliation and mistrust between nations in one continent. Well, this silent battle of animosity undermines the very essence of African unity, a continent often celebrated for its diversity, resilience, and shared cultural heritage. As has been said many times, Africa is a continent rich in diversity, a cradle of humanity, and a land of unparalleled potential. Yet, to realize its true potential, Africa must overcome the destructive forces of xenophobia and build a future where Africans love and support each other. The bright side for the case in point here, Chidimma Adesina, is the fact that she has accepted the invitation to participate in Miss Universe Nigeria, as she was offered this opportunity after the South African xenophobic situation. Well, she says she is honored to be a part of the Africa's most prestigious beauty pageant. The 23-year-old said in a video on Instagram account with a beaming smile on her face. Now we wonder if the story reminds you of Kalia Nemor, who due to discriminatory actions against her coaches switched from representing France to representing Algeria. Well, maybe or not, but the point remains that the world is already grappling with wars, racism, and other forms of discrimination. It is crucial that Africa does not allow hate and resentment for a fellow human, a fellow African, simply because they are from a different country, to become part of such destructive cankerworms. To build a stronger Africa, it is imperative to eradicate xenophobic tendencies and foster an environment where unity, love, and respect for one another reigns supreme.